my dad's a record label exec. Am I not worthy of your love and respect? They call me names, I won't let that shit slide. They call me Nepo baby, I'm not a baby, I am 45. They say dude we don't hate you, we just think you might have had it more easy, more easy. But have you thought about how hard it was for me to have it so easy? Also I didn't, you asshole. They hate me cause my daddy is
never coming down. I know you're thirsting for vengeance, Baggy, you're out for blood, but you'll only stand a chance if you're out for love. Out for
all the time. Everything will turn out alright. When? I thought you'd keep your promise.
I will.
I just got my hands on the world's first magical sketchbook that turns your sketches on paper into digital in real time. Yes, you heard that right. So no more scanning, no more awkward photos, and no more wrestling with Photoshop for hours. If you're like me and love sketching on paper but want to edit it digitally, this might just be our dream. All you gotta do is slide your sketchbook in, place your phone near it, and oh my gosh. It captures every stroke as a vector so you can scale and edit it in any digital art program without losing any quality. And you can switch between pen and pencil nibs within 2 seconds. Now the best part, it works with any paper, notebook, sketchpad, even loose sheets. It also turns into a drawing tablet when you pull out the paper and fold it up. If you prefer coloring and editing on your laptop or computer, it's literally the ultimate all-in-one tool.
Uh-oh, the creative scaries have arrived, artist block is here, and you know if you're an artist, the longer you put off getting through it, the longer you're gonna be in it. I don't have time to play these games, creating art is quite literally my job, so we're gonna do a little exercise that I like to call sketch and fill. The gist of this activity is taking a notebook and getting whatever art supplies you have that aren't your typical medium. I do make a lot of mixed media art, but my go-to medium is acrylic paint, so I'm going with crayons, colored pencils, and these acrylic markers. While we're doing this, the most important thing to remember is that we are not trying to create a masterpiece, we are not going with a theme, we are quite literally just putting whatever pops into our minds straight down on the paper. If you've ever gone through any sort of block, whether it's a physical block or a mental block, then you know that the longer you put off doing whatever that is, the harder it is for you to get back into it. You start to become more and more intimidated by the process, and some people stop making art completely because of this. Sketch and fill helps you just go with the flow and get as many different ideas out of your head at one time as you possibly can. These ideas don't have to match, they don't have to have any meaning, it's just to keep your hands moving. As you'll see throughout the page, there are a lot of repetitive marks and patterns that I use because I'm really not trying to be hard on myself right now, I am only trying to stay in motion. You'll see a lot of song lyrics or random words. That's because I'm listening to music while I do this, and so I'm just putting whatever pops in my head, and sometimes that's the music that I'm listening to. I did half of the page in color and the other half of the page in pen, and if you've been going through artist block, I would love to see you try this and let me know if it works for you.
Today we're doing some fan art. I decided I wanted to finish coloring in a sketch that I have in my sketchbook. I've been really interested in watching The Has-Been Hotel lately. Very much has taken over my TikTok page, so I just had to watch it. So this is just a quick little inking of Husk. I would love to know what kind of shows are you guys watching, and do you have any suggestions, because I'm gonna need something else to watch now, but I'll probably repeat this one a couple times. If you watch the show, who is your favorite character?
Hi guys, it's me again with these voiceovers that I'm still not used to, but I'll keep trying at it. Anyway, here's a look into my little pocket sketchbook. I found it at Walmart a while ago, and I just like to carry it around in my bag to do some doodles, whatever. There's an unfinished one. It's just kind of random, and then in the back I have some cut-ups of words that I put in there. There you go.
If you want to be creative, sometimes you gotta make something weird. Everyone gets into creative ruts from time to time. Despite having a ton of great ideas all of the time, when it's time for brush to hit the canvas, or pencil to hit the paper, or whatever to hit the whatever, it's easy to forget all your cool ideas or start doubting that they were even cool in the first place. After all, creativity isn't the result of a plan. It's a singular moment in time where your big, juicy brain makes a brand spanking new connection that's, well, weird, but allows you to breathe something new into the world. So if you want to be creative, you need to be willing to let yourself be weird, to do weird things in weird ways and make weird mistakes and turn convention on its head. But most importantly, give yourself permission to be weird. It can be hard because weird isn't always good, but it's in the weirdness that you discover the truly unique things that only you can see and only you can create. So be a little weird. You might just come up with something that looks pretty fucking cool.
best sketchbook for FT. Tapping every bit.
The iconic Maroomans on sketchpad in postcard size. Almost the same size as a greeting card. Thick, texture pages that love your pencils and pens. No spiral rings, just smooth, clean pages.
Let's do a final flip through of a fashion journal that I've never shown you guys before, because why not? I have nothing to lose at this point, and I actually don't know why I didn't share this. This journal's a little bit rough around the edges. It doesn't even have a cover page. It's just like, boom, we get started. It's my senior thesis sketching journal that led to my senior collection at FIT. I'm gonna save these for last. Here is the final process of my time at FIT. I did a resort wear collection for my specialization in intimate apparel, so I have a few different sketches of different bras and underwear and intimate garments, corsets, bustiers, different sleeve details, color stories and fabrics, lots of mood pages. I was really figuring out what to like niche down on with like my fabrication and textures. I was really vintage inspired, and I love a luxe feeling fabric. Was pulling from Pinterest for a lot of this because I didn't have time to go into the archives like I usually did for the museum that we had at FIT, but it was a lot of fun inspiration at the time. I graduated May 2023, so yeah, I haven't shared this, which is really, you know, such a shame. Just want to do a quick little flip through some things that I collected along the way as I was going through the specialization at FIT and visiting like DR and just learning about different cultures in resort wear. I have like a bunch of little thumbnails that are just like fun and interactive to play around with. Lots of like vintage Pinterest inspiration. Lots of things that I wouldn't have been able to find like IRL. So lots of digitals. I had like so many little corsetry thumbnails that I actually ended up making one of the bustiers. Whoa. And here is my little process for a competition that I did with Macy's, and I worked with Clo 3D for the first time ever. That was really cool. Oh, and then I did my internship with Maripollet, so I just like showed some of like the stuff that I was witnessing and working on there. And then my little Bernelli Resort collection page is kind of where it starts with like the portfolio section and the thumbnails that I was starting to create. Let me know if you guys want to see the actual final rendered croquis.
Having a signed book in the little free library at the cafe I work at.
One thing about me is I will never understand artists who prefer spiral-bound sketchbooks. You know, the sketchbooks that hold the paper together with that little springy thingy. If you're an artist who can function with a sketchbook like that, let me know how, because I could never use one of those sketchbooks. Because I could never do full sketchbook spreads like this. You see how my portrait that I'm doing today is on both pieces of paper and it looks perfect still? I just love spreads like this so much. For my sketchbooks personally, I could never give this up for just a spring in the middle of my sketchbook that gets in the way when I draw. And you know, sometimes when you have a spiral bound sketchbook and you're drawing on the left page and then it makes that indent in your hand and it hurts. Spiral bound sketchbooks are just pain. I don't see any reason why you would get a spiral bound sketchbook unless you were gonna rip the pages out at the end. I'm sorry for the slander, the spiral bound sketchbook slander, but I just can't handle it, and that's my sketchbook hot take. So sorry if you disagree, but I'm just speaking my truth. Let me know what you think of this portrait down in the comments, and I'll see y'all in my next TikTok. Bye. Love ya.
How I keep motivation to actually finish my sketchbooks. So firstly, I have this poster of a mildly threatening fish on my wall. That's fun. But a major thing actually is the size of the sketchbook, which is a huge factor because something like this is a lot more entertaining than something like this. As you can see, I also prefer using brighter colors just because I find something like this a lot more boring than something like this. Another way I love keeping sketchbook motivation is challenging myself with quantifiable goals. For example, challenging myself to draw 100 houses or 500 fish. So this way, my goals in practice will seem a lot more worth something because there is an endpoint in sight. This is an example of how I improve my art with this technique. Another thing is just to experiment with materials. Personally, I love doing mixed media and it keeps a lot of motivation. Lastly, just draw what you like. No one's really forcing you to draw anything that you don't like. Personally, I love drawing sea creatures, and that's like what a lot of my pages are filled with. Okay, bye.
So sánh.
Chị Daily Final Low và chị bờ rất Funner. Về bao bì là thấy bờ rất Funner thua rồi đó. Chị Daily hộp thiết cứng cáp, lấy màu dễ dàng, được in ấn đẹp mắt. Cây chì bên trong cũng có thiết kế đẹp, chất màu tương đối mềm, khả năng bơ lên màu không quá tốt. Chì bờ rát funnel thiết kế đơn giản hơn, nhưng chất chì mềm hơn, bờ len mượt hơn, nhưng dễ gãy hơn nha. Về chất màu thì mình thấy bờ rát funnel có phần tốt hơn daily nhé. Mình sẽ tô thử của cầu để mọi người thấy nha. Chì daily đắt hơn bờ rát funnel một phần do cái hộp thích đó mọi người. Bờ rát funnel chất chì mềm nên xài hao hơn, nhưng bảng màu đa dạng và tươi tắn hơn daily. Hãng còn có bộ 520 màu, hay những bộ màu theo tone như bộ Pastel. Do đó mình đánh giá cao bờ rát funnel hơn nha. Còn ý kiến của bạn như nào?
Follow my instructions. There's no time for introductions. He was the one that made us. You'll be the one to save us. Around, welcome to the circus. I'm down. Are you feeling nervous? His voice needs to deceive you. My voice just wants to lead you.
I brought out the algebra light, so you know I'm serious. Let's go. Today, we're talking about my sketchbook. Let's see what's inside. To preface this, I'm new to like fashion sketching. No! It died! I'm gonna kill myself! I wanted to show you guys some of my favorites. These are the first two that I ever drew. We're gonna start off at older stuff and then work up to the new. There was these. I was still learning how to draw bodies at that time. We get into this, which I love. This is Kylie Jenner's look. There's this, like this, deconstructed moment. I drew like my everyday look. These are inspired all by Hayden Williams. Don't look at this one. That one's really nice. This one, just get into the hand. It's very realism, love that. My favorite thing. It's like Elsa, very winter vibes, I love it. The very vintage Dior silhouette, which I love. And then, if you look, like these are like the very first things I started drawing. How could I forget about this? Honorable mention to this one right here. These are kind of rough. All right, that's all. I hope you enjoyed looking into my sketchbook. Bye.
We were playing in the sand, and you found a little band. You told me you fell in love with it, hadn't gone as I planned. When you had to bid adieu, said you'd never love anew. I wondered if I could hold it and fall in love with it too. You told me to buy a pony, but all I wanted was you.
Is it weird that I don't want to fill this sketchbook up because I like the cover so much? Like, I look back at this sketchbook and I get, like, geeked about, like, how thick it got, and I still have to do a sketchbook tour of it. And for some reason, my brain is, like, not ready. I did this on the cover part. This is what's typically on the cover part, and, yeah, covering that up has now made my brain massively insecure. but I also feel like I could do like a little freaked out, panicky, anxiety-driven-esque drawing here with Zoe. Or some other stuff. I'm not sure. Because who said sketchbooks have to look exactly the same every single time? You know, sometimes you just gotta vent angrily, pen scritch your sketchbook. It be like that sometimes. I like the grooves in it and it feels nice to touch.
Moxie and Millie? I mean, Valentine's Day is around the corner. Hey, don't be hating just because you single. Once again, doing another show that I just don't know. Okay, can somebody tell me, is this from Hell of a Boss or is this Has Been Hotel? Cause from what I'm seeing, it's saying that Hell of a Boss is a spinoff of Has Been Hotel. So are these like two different shows? Alright, so let's learn about the characters. So it looks like Moxie is an assassin. Oh, and he's an imp. So Moxie is a gifted singer and a guitar player. Okay, my guy got talent. He is also bilingual, which he can speak English and Yiddish. I have no idea what that is. All right, let's learn some things about Millie. So Millie is also an assassin and she is the wife of Moxie. She's skilled at using melee weapons such as giant battle axes. She's very skilled when it comes to close combat, so she has raw strength. Other skills consist of swimming proficiency, volleyball playing, banjo, guitar, drum, juggling, singing, and driving. What can't she do? I want to be as talented as Millie. Wait a minute, so this show is about assassination? What in the world?
my sketchbooks. So firstly, I have this poster of a mildly threatening fish on my wall. That's fun. But a major thing actually is the size of the sketchbook, which is a huge factor because something like this is a lot more entertaining than something like this. As you can see, I also prefer using brighter colors just because I find something like this a lot more boring than something like this. Another way I love keeping sketchbook motivation is challenging myself with quantifiable goals. For example, challenging myself to draw 100 houses or 500 fish. So this way, my goals in practice will seem a lot more worth something because there is an endpoint in sight. This is an example of how I improve my art with this technique. Another thing is just to experiment with materials. Personally, I love doing mixed media and it keeps a lot of motivation. Lastly, just draw what you like. No one's really forcing you to draw anything that you don't like. Personally, I love drawing sea creatures and that's like what a lot of my pages are filled with. Okay, bye.
I realized it was probably a good idea to start recording the creative process in making my decorated sketchbooks, because I could use it as a way to remember the different ideas I came up with. When planning, I keep changing my mind on what theme I want to do. I was going to go with the blue theme, then I rewatched my recording and decided to go with one of my first ideas. I've had these bear stickers for a while and have been wanting to make sketchbooks based off them since I got them. Any stickers I don't end up using I usually put in orders as freebies. After putting down the main stickers, I fished through my sticker collection to see if I have any sticker sheets that fit the theme. It's actually really difficult to not overclutter it. I will make a drawing to match the theme to go on it.
Cover for my new sketchbook. I'm so close, but it can't close. It needs to be a little bit longer. I'm gonna cut it in half and add this piece to the spine. Okay, so let's see if it fits. Okay, well, I'm not in love. It feels a little sloppy and floppy. There's too much added here, but that's okay. I'm writing down all the measurements that I'm doing. I'm almost there. Okay, so these new seams are gonna make it tighter. All right. Cut off the old seams and I think it looks awesome. Then I applied this UV DTF sticker to the cover, but I didn't do a very good job and lost the other half of the design. Okay, here she is. I think this turned out so cool. It's got a pen holder and little charms. And she's just so perfect. Coming up, it's there. You got to press it on you. You just think it, that's what you do, baby.
Redrawing the girl that caused so much controversy.